Beyblade X's custom line might finally be saved with Emperor Might, a blade that not only can change modes, but upgrade some of our past bays. So if you are excited here and like bays that spin, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts, and as well, make sure to check out Mall of Bays. We have a big restock on CX11 as well as other stuff. We import from Japan and we are Canadian based. It is an optional way to support the channel, and I appreciate any and all support regardless. So in this Beyblade X review, we'll be taking a look at the CX11 Emperor Might deck set. It features 3 bays, 1 CX, 1 UX, and 1 BX. It comes with a lot of interesting parts and some pretty cool new gimmicks we get to actually take a look at. To also mention, the owner of this Beyblade is actually all of Team Persona. So as they are progressing with Multi and 9 talking, it seems the Team Persona has gotten upgrades for their past Beyblades. Alright, let's open it. Completed! Now let's take a look at the blade that this comes with, which is Shark Gill. Now Gill Shark, I'm not really a fan of. It is one of the lightest blades in Beyblade X. It is a retooling of Shelter Drake. Now while they'll try to advertise this for stamina, I don't even think it could do good in that regard. Maybe if you got on some attack combination with 7 sides, you could maybe do something with it. You then have to have the 560 ratchet, which I still think is perfectly solid if you want an alternative to the 7 sides and not scrape as much. And then after it comes with the free ball bit, which I'm very happy we get a reprint of this. So compared to the regular ball bit, it's very similar in its stamina performance, and this bit actually allows, as the name implies, more free spin than a regular bit. I would also say the benefit in that free spin gimmick is you're going to resist a little bit more of that extreme dash, so to potentially not get as KO'd easily. Fully assembled with Shark Gill. I do like the colors on this. I prefer it obviously over the original Hasbro colors, and I think it looks fine. It's just like a kind of basic blue recolor. Nothing really that special when I'm looking at it, but parts aren't too bad. You do get probably one of the coolest recolors in this, a Golem Rock, but with a green metal coat. Now Golem Rock, I would say, is pretty good against other attackers and is fine defense. It has a lot of uppercuts on it, and honestly, I'm a little bit biased to this blade. I like its performance. I don't think it's really crazy top performing, but I do think it's pretty solid. And then we have our ratchet, which is M85. So this ratchet is super tall. The thing is, because the contact points aren't that round, it's pretty easy to burst, and I'm not really a fan of simple ratchets in general. Now, aside from the fact that simple ratchets are more likely than not to damage the lock of any blade that you use, how they work is pretty much like this. So it doesn't matter if I have a bit with low resistance or a bit with high resistance, it turns the exact same. And for this height, what do you even use it for? Now that being said, the fact that these are the colors of the Hulk, gonna give me a few bonus points on this one. Now you do get high needle, which is 1 millimeter taller than that of a regular bit. I think the stamina on it is solid. I just don't think it's too relevant in the current state of the game, and I really would have loved to have seen a green reprint of Wedge instead of a Season 1 bit. Fully assembled Golem. I'm a pretty big fan of Golem, and to see a pretty cool metal coat with this one, I'm gonna say not bad at all. The parts do suck on this quite a bit, but at least this gets kind of carried by the fact that this is Golem Rock. Now we have Emperor Might. With the Emperor lock chip, what's awesome about this is that Takara Tomy has given you an opportunity to have a metal lock chip without getting that FOMO, fear of missing out, with the original Valkyrie. Now there are a few big differences here. For starters, the Emperor lock chip is far lighter than that of Valkyrie, just by 1 gram. And they also hollowed out a bunch of the sections. So now you don't have to waste any money on trying to get Valkyrie. You get it on the set. I think the value in there is like pretty solid on its own. Now, in general, with the metal lock chip, since they're going to have a pretty high center of gravity, I would probably say maybe just defense or attack should probably work out. I am curious to see how much Emperor differs from Valkyrie in performance. So with the Might's main blade, this is actually our heaviest blade right now in Beyblade X by a considerable amount. This is like very much in the high 33s, I would say. Now, this is supposed to be, I guess, a balanced blade. It's not specifically advertised for stamina. I should also mention that this is supposed to be an upgrade to Wizard Wizard Arc, so instead of using the Arc main blade, you can upgrade this to have Wizard Might, which I think that's pretty cool. Now, its design is interesting. There are hollowed out sections. I don't actually think it's going to be good for stamina. It seems to have a very weird center of gravity where it's not going to be stable, so I'd maybe think attack potential is maybe here. Now, moving on to the assist blade, it's literal for the namesake, heavy. Heavy compared to Slash is pretty much almost the same design. Some contact points are pushed there, but the big thing with this is that obviously it has a heavy metal weight. It's heavier than Wheel and as short as Slash and Jaggy. The other important thing to mention is this can upgrade your Drawn Brave. So you can go from the lighter Slash assist blade to the more rounder heavy assist blade and increase the weight of your Drawn Brave to maybe be a little bit better than before. Really want to explore the possibilities with this for the future to see if it can actually do anything useful. Now we do get a Ratchet Bit fusion here with Operate. So Operate is pretty interesting. You can either have this short defense or tall attack, and it's a mode change, so you can be in one mode or you can be in the other. But since this doesn't really lock in, I wouldn't be surprised if you're in one mode, your bay gets hit and you kind of like shift to it. Now, I do want to say that I don't really care for the attack mode. Like, I don't think that it makes any sense for that height for you to try to use it. I am very interested in the defense mode because unlike the actual original render, it is a ball shape instead of a needle shape. And not only that, Operate, being a simple ratchet, which is already kind of like, that sucks, it is far rounder than Turbo. So this does have a few interesting things to go by. So I'm hoping for defense or something that this can get used, because I think there's something there. And for our last upgrade for Hell's Reaper, you can replace the 470 in kick with the Operate bit. Fully assembled Emperor Might. Looks really nice. I mean, black and gold, you can't go wrong with a classic color scheme on here. Nice with the red there. Obviously, that's to match with Hell's Reaper there. But yeah, I'm curious to see what potential this has. So I am joined here by the amazing and talented and legendary blader that is my mother. So we'll first do a test launch with each of the bays, starting us off with Emperor Might. Adrenaline Rip. Adrenaline Rip. Okay, it's just kind of like skipping on the... Oh no, there you go. Rip. Alrighty, so we'll first start off with attack mode. So now you, the talented and blader better than me, get to decide what bay you use. Okay, Rip. The first round against Golem. Oh, and Golem wins. Rip. What a great job! I think I just fucked up my launch. Shit. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to actually KO it. Hopefully I can with the weight. Yeah, well, it's kind of funny. I just can't. Whoa! I'll be switching this now to its defense mode, which is basically just stamina. Surely Emperor Might has to win. No! Wow! Already a burst, that's like crazy. Oh, a burst! Jump Rip! Nice try, yeah, I don't think so. Oh, big hits! Oh, almost! Almost, buddy. Oh, and a KO! The other cool thing I wanted to mention with Emperor Might that I noticed, if you're gonna see right here, there is metal here, and what I noticed, obviously because of the metal, is actually when you are turning a ratchet on here, I noticed that the metal is almost kind of pushing on the plastic there, so it almost acts like a burst stopper, kind of. Not in a literal sense, but it does slow it down a bit, so I just thought for our competitive combo, 450 kick. For the opponent, we'll have Shark Scale on here with 770 low rush, first to 4. I will preface the rounds by saying I did get lucky launching very hard. In this matchup, Shark actually should probably have more of the advantage because there were some rounds, for an example, where Shark did beat it because it just destabilized it. Other times I got lucky. I do think this is closer to Shark than it would be Emperor Might for this matchup. Alrighty, so let's try also a different combination because we tried a set with me doing it and I just kept destabilizing it. 760 should give it that balance and stability because it's CX whatever, so it should do a lot better. What a surprise, it's Wizard Rod on 160 Hexa. It's good for stamina, it's good for defense. I want to see if I can KO this or destabilize it. Two challenge rip. Cook? Yo? Okay. Well, just like that. So afterwards, what Wizard Rod really needs to do is just to interrupt my extreme dash. If it does that, it should be outspinning it. Otherwise, I could destabilize Rod and beat it, but very interesting matchup. It's very hard to use because it has a lot of power but not much stamina in this combination I have. That's alright, I can redeem myself. Hover Wyvern 960 kick. Good at hitting the bays and KOing them, destabilizing them, kick for the good stamina. Jump rip. It's over for Hover, that's it, there's no more Hover.
You are going down to the beat, the golden black.
I don't know, if you destabilize me, probably. Whoa! Hover hard destabilizes this thing. Yeah, so if you know like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, that's Hover versus Emperor Might. It's pretty much like a fuck you to Hover Wyvern or the other way around because they'll either one of them is going to destabilize each other. Usually Hover should be able to do it easier because CX is very top heavy and that's a big advantage that Hover has, but it did okay. 3, 2, and go. Thank you so much for your hard work.
You're welcome!
For the first impressions, I'll say that Might seems to be pretty comparable to Pegasus Blast for how hard it can hit. The heavy assist blade should be able to help with CX attack, along with having an easy-to-access metal lock chip is a positive. Operate is maybe better than Turbo, but that's about it. Golem, nice part to have, so is the 516 free ball. I think if you just want to get an easy-to-get metal lock chip and a blade that can hit pretty hard for the custom line, I think overall this is probably the set for you, especially if you've been kind of hoping the custom line could be a little bit more consistent, although I do want to do a lot more testing to conclude for that data. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's going to be it for this video. Take care and bye!